everybody. Did that work? Did that jetpack work? I'm on my third one, and that's my last one. So and it's barely showing a signal. So I hope I have you guys tonight. I am so sorry I'm late to the party. Who all is on here? Let me make sure first of all that y'all are seeing me now. Somebody give me thumbs up or something and let me know you see me. And Robert, thank you for calling me so you could let everybody know what was going on. Debra Van Zant, glad to see that you're doing well, and welcome everybody. As always, let me thank my mods. Thank you guys, and I have not had much time to prepare for tonight's live chat, so we'll see how this goes. I know that you guys all understand I skip sometimes anyway, even on good days. So, I love this. Lori Smith says that y'all started drinking without me. That's okay. I just appreciate you sticking around. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And there is my sweet Elizabeth niece. Hello, my darling. I love you. I was going to call you after the live chat, and then I remembered the time change. So I'm glad that you're on here so that I can tell you I love you, and so that I don't probably call when you're trying to sleep. Good. You guys are hearing me, and I have a fan blowing on me because my mechanic is working on the front, and the front end's opened up, so it's not exactly cool in here. So I hope that the audio is okay. And I really cannot go back and catch up on all these comments since I was late tonight, but I'm so glad to see everybody on here. And it looks like I have Noreen and Gina and Robert that are on here tonight as my mods. And since I was not able to even connect with you guys today, I really appreciate y'all showing up and helping me out. Thank you. I know you don't even know what the topics are. I wasn't able to get them out to you, but you guys keep drinking, and this will be a fun live chat no matter what. Let's say, I know it's probably going to freeze up off and on tonight because the signal isn't good, but and if that, so I know how irritating that is. So if you want to laugh, I really understand, and it's okay. There's just really nothing I can do with it. So I was going to talk about something tonight, was important viewer had asked, but golly, it's freezing up pretty bad. I'm not sure whether to continue with this or not, you guys. Give me some thumbs up if you think that I ought to keep going, and I'm happy. I'm just sorry that it seemed to Okay, guys, I don't know what to do. I'll keep trying for now. I am at my mechanic's. It has been a wild week, and I really need to get an upgraded Wi-Fi bubble system, but they're about $1,000, and all my money right now is going to the new air conditioner that is installed. Yes, you're probably hearing an air conditioner. So it is a new air conditioner, and my mechanic, even while we're talking, is working on the RV and getting stuff done. So the things that I need for my business, I'm having to put on the back burner to be sure that I can be road ready, because I've got some news around that, and it's all very positive. So I just wanted to let you know that the AC is running, and you might be hearing that. And hopefully this internet will stay on. I'm not sure. It just kind of bounces back and forth, and so we'll see how it goes. Thank you all for staying on here with me. I can't believe 60 of you have stayed on. Last week or the week before, I think we had like 500, but I wasn't bouncing in and out, and I wasn't late to my own party. So anyway, thank you guys. I really appreciate that. And I want to be sure before I go any further and say welcome my newest patron, Nina Dowden. Thank you for joining. And if anybody is interested, I post updates all the time about what is happening in my life before YouTube channels come out, and I post things on there that I never ever put on YouTube. I put something up today that won't make it on YouTube, and so if you're interested in doing that, you can join Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And thank you, Nina, for joining and being one of the newest Coco Fam members. So let's see. Robert says we 60 plus are the diehard fans. Yes, you are. That is for sure. And thank you all for putting up with the AC noise. I was going to try to turn it off, but it's just been too hot today with the work that's getting done on the AC. So on the rig, which is a positive, and so I'm very happy for that, and I'll take that trade off any day of the week. And David Merling is on here and says it's not causing problems. And David, stay tuned. I'm going to feature something about you here in a little bit. And so Pam is on here and laughing at something Robert said. I don't know what he said, but I'm glad you guys are having a good time. Thank you, and thank you for being here with me tonight. Let's see. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and jump into that. David Merling, I just posted his comment, and thank you for being on here tonight, David. And you guys, look, he sent me a picture. He got the, let me, you can see his picture. He got the Debra Does RV Life squirrel shirt, because, you know, I'm always saying squirrel. So thank you, David, for sending me that picture. That is awesomeness in the t-shirt, and you look great. I really appreciate that. That is great. Thank you. So if anybody else has gotten any t-shirts or anything, be sure and send me a picture so that I can share it with everybody. And maybe I ought to start calling you guys Pam. Pam says, am I timing out? There it goes. Pam says 60 pluses. Maybe I ought to start calling you guys my 60 pluses. We've got Debra's Haboobies. And now we'll have Debra's Friday Night Live plus. Will that work? And yes, Lori Smith says squirrel, and that's exactly right. Where does that go? It's freezing up again, and there's no reason for it to be, because I'm in the same place I was. So I don't know. It's so frustrating. I really do need to get better system, but I can't. My money right now is being spent I can't tell if y'all are back yet or not. It froze up my end. I don't know if it did on your end or not. And it looks like I lost some comments, but anyway, David, that was quite fun. And so if anybody else is interested in any of the t-shirts, you can find that at teespring.com at my store. And soon it will be on an upgraded website of mine. But right now you can go to Teespring. And thank you again, David. And so I want to announce, and I don't have a drum roll, and I'm not going to take a chance with sound effects and stuff tonight. I'm afraid it might boot me off. But I did a contest last week to give away my latest book to people that did a super chat tip or through PayPal. And I did a drawing today, and I want to announce the contest winner. So we'll pretend there is a drum roll. The contest winner for my latest book, which is A Pigeon Story, is Julie Spencer. Congratulations, Julie. Let me see if it will let me do just a small applause without knocking us off. Let's see what happens. It's not even going to do the applause. So no sound effects tonight, you guys. But thank you, Julie, and congratulations. And I will get that book out to you as soon as I can. I have ordered my first bulk set, and I should get them and be able to send those out. I should get them sometime this month and be able to send them out. So and so then you know, I love it when people try to tell me, and I do thank you, but I really am on top of what all is out there. that is available and that works and what I want. And there is nobody, I guarantee you, nobody that knows mobile tech as far, I mean, Wi-Fi, mobile and internet and technical stuff and keeping up with what's available and what works than Robert. So we kind of consider ourselves your source on what works and what doesn't work. The only people that I'd probably go above and beyond on that is Technomedia, because that's what they've done for a living for always. But even Robert always follows them and knows exactly what is good and what's not. So thank you guys, but I appreciate that. So let's see. Oh, I also want to show you that Blanche Taylor sent me this picture. She recently got my book, The Journey Begins. And so thank you so much for getting that. And I emailed Blanche and I told her that there is something true about people in every one of those stories, or that there's a true event in every one of those stories. And so that when she gets, as she reads it, if she wants to send me guesses on what is real and what is not, I'll be happy to tell her. And so that will be fun to share that. Let's see, how is my volume still okay, you guys? I don't want to be busting you out or anything. And Brenda Whitlock says, Robert Steve Jobs with him. He's actually, for me and a lot of people and people that have signed up for his courses, and including his clients. He is now in Oregon and doing some freelance work with some clients. He is also known as Robert Mr. Google. And because he just he can answer anything, and if he doesn't, he looks it up, and he spends hours every week staying on top of everything. Oh, look here, Geraldine Vieira Smith says that she is watching from Hawaii. Well, thank you, Geraldine, and welcome. I love hearing where everybody's from, and thank you for sharing that. Let's see what else. I want to get into the meat of the live chat tonight. I have to take a drink. It's 93 in my RV right now, even with the AC running, you guys. And I had a nosebleed this afternoon, so I'm trying to be real careful. And I want to stress that it's all worth it, and because Freebird is getting fixed up, and it's just, sometimes we do what we have to do, and that's just how it is. So I could have waited for a little bit. Let me see if I can catch up on comments right quickly, because you're gonna love the next segment. Let's see. Bye, Debra Van Zant. We'll see you later. She has to go. And people are bragging about their weather, and that's good. Oh, and look here, Diana says that she is in Winnipeg, Canada, and so thank you. And I'm hoping you're a lot cooler than I am here right now at 93. And Dewdrop In says that Robert is oh, and I'm sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Dewdrop In says that Robert is bragging, and yes, he's bragging about his temperatures. And Ann says I never look hot. Thank you. I've been drinking a lot of ice water, and I've made sure that I've stayed in the shade, except for one thing that my mechanic wanted to show me. I went out in the sun, but that always helps too, is to stay cool. So I think I'm caught up on comments. If I've missed everything, y'all repost it. But I'm going to refill my water bottle, because now is the time for and y'all are in for a special treat. Now is the time. I lost my place. Hold on. For the Where is Robert feature. And tonight it is a special feature, and I don't want to say anything because it'll ruin the surprise. It's only 3 minutes, so you guys be sure and watch this, and I will be right back with you. And I hope that the internet holds up and doesn't skip on this, because it's fabulous. Here you go.
Well, hey everybody, I guess it's that weekly time when I have to pause and remember where the heck I am so I can let you all know where I am. Okay, not been that bad the last couple weeks. I've been sitting still a little bit more than I was sometimes, but moving around a lot. Sometimes it is a little challenge to remember where the heck you're at and where you've been for the last week. So I'm still in the forest, as you can see. Yeah, we'll look around here, show you the forest. Still in Central Oregon, and I'm actually camped near a small group of people because I'm here doing some freelance work, but we're maintaining good social distancing. As you can see by Fancy Free there's really nobody around. There are a few people not far away, but you know, I'm kind of got some space, and like I said, maintaining good social distancing when I do need to be around anyone else. But I thought I'd show you around a little bit where I'm at. One of the challenges when you're in the forest is that, to use an old statement, it's hard to see the forest for the trees sometimes, and so it's hard to get a perspective on what's around here, and it kind of all starts to look the same a little bit. But I'm going to try and show you around a little bit. This campsite I'm at right now, we had to move a couple of days ago. We were at another spot not far from here, and the Forest Service has a contractor coming in to spray for a bunch of invasive weeds, and so we had to move. We ended up with this spot, really nice spot though. So this is actually the best spot I've had in Oregon anywhere, and I've got the best sunlight for solar I've had anywhere except for like in a parking lot, like in a park. So that's working out well. Here's a few views around here. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll catch you next Friday on Friday Night Live. Where's Robert? Well, as I'm recording this video this week, I'm actually in Klamath County, Oregon.
Okay, guys, it crashed on me. I don't know. I don't know what happened. And then my whole software went completely down. So I'm not sure what happened with that. But I appreciate the thumbs up that everybody gave Robert's video. I tell you what I'll do. I'll rebroadcast that in its entirety with good signal and everything, so that you can see it without buffering and everything. I'll rebroadcast that on Sunday. How's that? So watch for that. It'll just be Robert's segment with the drone images and everything, so that it's quite lovely, and you get to see it, because there was a little bit and now I'm getting a notice that says Ecamm quit all of a sudden. It's like, you think? I know, I was there, I saw it. and Gina says, is it Friday the 13th? And it might as well be Friday the 13th. So let me get to what the rest of the stuff that I have to share with you guys. And Robert, thank you, that really was so lovely. I promise that I won't do a Friday Night Live from here anymore, you guys. Even if I'm at my mechanics, I'll find a way to get to town or something and make sure that I get that done. So normally now I talk about life in the park. Well, I haven't been in the park all week. And part of it is because, like you guys know, I got a new air conditioner. That's the old one laying on the ground there, and the new one is already up there up top. And as you can see, I'm not in that picture. Freebird is not out at the RV park for a variety of reasons that I won't get into, because I don't want to call anybody out. I had to meet my the HVAC guy. I want you guys to remember, please, that the let's see, which way am I pointing? Am I pointing the right way? No. So the engine AC and my mechanic is one guy, and his name is Ed. And then the HVAC guy, the one that put in the air conditioner and did the work on the body, on the stuff that I'm going to show you for the RV, is somebody different. And so keep that straight, because sometimes I say my HVAC guy, or sometimes I say my RV repair guy, and I'm usually talking about Ed if I say RV repair, but I just want to make that really clear. Oh, and I see that Texas to Sturgis is on here, and he says he got to meet me and Robert in Wyoming last year after the Sturgis rally, and he did. And what is really funny is because Texas to Sturgis and I have been communicating for a very long time, because we are both Harley riders, and he is from Texas, and so we had a connection there, and then we met in Wyoming, and so that was really cool. And thank you so much for sharing that, Texas to Sturgis. Okay, so y'all saw that I'm not really at my RV park, and I got the AC is installed, and there's more to that story. And some people have asked me, and I'll do viewer questions in a minute, but some people have asked me, didn't I get anything else done? And yes, I did. Here's one thing, that is Jim, and Jim is awesome. Jim, that's him showing the grab bar, the handlebar that I got installed so that I quit falling. And I'm sure that's going to help me not fall anymore when I go in and out of my RV. And even with because of my brain injury, I get vertigo sometimes, and I have episodes. But even on a good day, without having to deal with any of my side effects or symptoms or anything, getting in and out of the RV without that grab handle was treacherous. And they also installed a new step for me and some other things, but that's coming up in a video next week, so I don't want to spoil all of that. And I'll be showing you what all is on there. And I appreciate my mods taking care of people that are asking what the channel is about, and I hope that I say your name right. I'm afraid I won't because I have a Spanish speaking background, and to me that would be Guayamito. But if I am butchering that, I apologize. But welcome, and welcome to any other newcomers that are on here. Oh yes, Robert shares that he had barely met me when I fell out of Fancy Free, and I actually suffered a concussion. And we had just barely met. So yeah, hello, my name's Debra, Kaplunk. But oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that again. Oh, and she fell for you. Lori says she fell for you. I guess I did, Lori. That's too funny. I love it. So they did some other things, and I'm really glad to have done, and I'll be sharing that in a future video, because I want to be able to show everybody. But now I am at Ed's workshop, and he's doing a lot of work. I don't know if y'all can see that very well. Let me blow that up a lot. So that is Ed holding up parts of I've just, as you guys know, I've had AC issues, and so now I have a new HVAC issue on top, and Ed is putting in a new cabin engine AC, and he is so awesome. There's just been one problem after another because he's replacing 1984 engine parts and getting an old air conditioner to work, and to do that he's having to replace all of it, not just some of it, which means he has to take out a whole bunch of stuff to get to that. It's just a mess, and he's just doing such a super job. And So, and let's see. Oh, and thank you, Robert, for explaining that for anybody that might be new joining. That if there's buffering, we're working on it, and I'll get it fixed. So let's see. Oh, let's do. I'm going to get to viewer questions, and I'm going to tell you more about the AC, the HVAC install, and everything in a minute. So. Oh, and Karen Diaz, I would normally say Diaz, but I see that you have an S. Diaz is from Port Orange, Florida, and I was just down in Alabama and Florida, but when COVID hit and had to isolate there for 47 days in Alabama on the Florida border with my friends. So I miss that area, and I miss those carefree times. I know we all do. It's crazy, crazy times. So let me tell you a little bit about a Bandit update. Let's see, where is it? I lost my place. Hold on, Bandit update. Okay, so let's talk about the Bandit update. And I think I forgot to put a picture in here. I know I did. But Bandit is tied to the back. Let me see if I can just do a little bit of multitasking right now, because there is a picture that I really, 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 really want to show you guys. So y'all look at my sweet little Bandit while I go find this picture, because and I can't believe I'm actually trying to multitask, especially after the day I had. So talk amongst yourselves while I go get this photo, and I hope that I find it very quickly. We'll see. I just downloaded it, so it should be here at the top, and if I don't see it like in the next few seconds, I'll give up. But it is a picture of what the front of my oh, I know where it is, of what the front of my RV looks like right now, because Ed's working on it and doing a super job. But no, I'm not going to be able to find it. Can't believe I even tried. But that's Bandit, and he's in the back of the RV, and he is still tethered in the back of the RV. He can come all the way up here to me, and he can come up to the front door that's here behind me. So he has like 3/4 of the RV to run around in, but he doesn't have the front part of the RV. Oh, I know what I can do. I can take a quick picture and just show it to you on my phone. Okay, so let's see. It might be too glary. So see, oh, it's too glary. There you go. So the engine is open. So that is open to the outside right now because of the work that my mechanic is doing. And so there's gas, you know, I just don't want Bandit getting in there and getting hurt, and I don't want him damaging anything. And so he has like 3/4 of the run of the RV, but my baby little boy, his bed's back there, and he's doing okay. Y'all don't worry about him. A super chat tip from Lori, and I don't think the applause worked. I'm going to try one more time and see if something works. Let's see. Did it work? I can't hear it. Can y'all hear it? I can't hear anything, so I don't know if it's working or not. I don't know if y'all can hear the sound effects, but Doreen says that he has a cute blanket and he looks comfy. Thank you, Doreen. His bed is back there, and he can lay on it or come up here up front with me. He has access to all his toys, and like I said, he can come all the way up 3/4 the way. I just don't want him up there by the engine part. Let's see. How are we doing on time? Well, I wouldn't have a clue because it keeps starting over and over and over, and I have no idea how long I've been on here total. So it's kind of crazy. But let's see. Thank you all for, as crazy as this live chat has been, for giving me a thumbs up. It has been a crazy week, and so let me tell you a little bit about that, and and including how I'm doing and doctor update and everything. let's see, did I cover everything? I think I did about Bandit. So let's get into viewer questions, and we'll start wrapping her up for the night. But I'm going to share some important things with you through the viewer questions, because y'all have been asking, and I know you want to know. Let's see, what else? I'm going to look over here before I start viewer questions and see. Oh, Robert's answering me. 40 minutes. See, even for a minute, my comments even quit scrolling. So, I didn't know that you had answered me, Robert. Thank you for that. And let's see, Lori Smith is asking with an eye roll. I'm not sure what the eye roll is for. Are you trying not to scare people with the sound? Why? Did it not come through? I think I'm having audio troubles tonight. And so if y'all didn't hear it, yes, I don't want to scare people with the sound, but I also think I'm having audio trouble tonight with my things like my sound effects and things like that. I just don't think they're working as well as they usually do. So the first viewer question tonight, let me go back to my spot, is everybody has been asking me if I'm feeling better, and yes, I'm feeling better. I was tested, my test for my the blood test on COVID came back negative, but it turns out that the blood test for COVID is just for antibodies. That doesn't really tell you if you're positive or not. And so I am going to go get the swab test done at a drive-through site next week and get that, because I want it off of my mind once and for all. Because, and a serious moment here, just for a moment, you guys, is I have nieces that have tested positive for COVID, and I know a lot of people get it and do okay, but it is still heartbreaking for me because I'm 1,200, 1,500 miles away from them, and we always joked that we couldn't see each other and hug each other the last couple of times we've seen each other anyway, and we would do air hugs. Can y'all see my hands? I can't get both of. We would do air hugs. And so they were doing air hugs, Aunt Debra, last time I saw them. And so I haven't even been able to give them a hug now in a while. And the good news is that their mother, my sister, has tested negative. But I just, with all of that, and I have been on 10 days of antibiotics for the sinus infection. That is what my doctor thought it was, and that's why she just did an antibody test. But with everything going on, and I still have sinuses and allergies, I'm going to go do the drive-through that they do here and do cotton swab. I mean nose swab, and that's what they do here. You can do a swab either by nose or by throat. My understanding from what they told me is that the nose swab is an immediate result, and you have to wait a few days for the throat swab. So either way, it's supposed to be very easy, and that's what I'm going to go do. And y'all hold my nieces in prayer and send them love, please. And Vesta Moon, there wasn't any loud noise tonight. I don't know what to tell you. I've turned the volume down as low as it would go, and I've had people telling me that it's not bothering them. And but you do not need to apologize to me ever for PTSD as someone with a brain injury. I apologize. I apologize. I understand, and you just do not need to apologize. I never knew that they were that loud on y'all's end. I've asked if y'all could even hear them tonight. I don't know if anybody's answered me or not. If y'all have been able to hear them, but I'll talk to Robert afterwards and he'll tell me. And so I'm getting tested next Friday with a swab test, because I just need to know once and for all, and especially since my dear, sweet, beautiful nieces have tested positive. And so Yes, and again, Pam says thank you to those who have served our country, and so sorry about the PTSD. Exactly, and I feel bad about those noises, and I get it, and I appreciate everybody, and I always appreciate your feedback. Let me know what works and doesn't work for you. And let's see. Oh, good, Vesta. I don't think anybody heard anything tonight. I don't think that my the sound effects are working tonight, but I did find a way to turn them down, and so I've turned them down to like 25. They were at 100%, and I've turned them down to like 25% of that. So, and Noreen has shared that her niece has had COVID as well, and no one else in the house got it. Test results are still out for the rest of the people in my family's home. We don't know yet. So prayers and love going out to them. And I'm going to take a deep breath and take a drink of water so I can get composed, and because I'm wanting to cry. And Noreen and I are friends, and so I'm going to ask her to please stay in touch with me and let me know how her niece is doing. All right, so the next viewer question is, oh, good, somebody, I see Julie Spencer is saying that she heard them and they were really low. So Robert will let me know if I need to turn them up just a little bit. I mean, I went as low as I could without muting them, but I didn't know if you guys could hear them or not. So thank you for letting me know. So the next viewer question is, let's see, what do I have? Oh, so Penguin Chick says Wade was a great mobile tech, and Penguin Chick is an often commenter, and I appreciate you for doing that. And she was talking about, because I shared about getting my AC installed, and I shared with you I got other things installed, like the handlebar and the step and all of that, and some other things, and so I'm very grateful for that. But all in all, I will be removing my recommendation, and I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. I am somebody that believes in staying as positive as possible, and so on that, I just want to say that there were a lot of unexpected problems. There were last minute charges that were debatable. It took over 2 months to get the work done, and then there were delays beyond that, and I don't know. Some of it was legit, I'm sure, but it's hard to know if there was any of it was BS, and I don't know, so I won't address that. And anyway, it was a stressful time. I had to follow them around and have them come back and repair some things, and then make sure that and stay after them to finish that, because they kept trying to leave and wrap up before that got done. So let me close with something positive on that I am very grateful for my AC. I'm very grateful for my step and my handlebar and other things that got done that I will share in a positive video next week. But I'm not, I will be pulling that recommendation from my video description and pinned comment. So thank you everybody for your comments always, and I always try to follow up. If I can't follow up with comments, because I appreciate them so much, I read them all. I want you to know that I read 100% of my comments. I read 100% of my emails. I'm just not always able to get back to them all. So I enjoy being able to address some things on my Friday Night Live as viewer questions. So the next viewer question is, well, let me see if I need to catch up on any comments over here. Let's am I all caught up? I don't want to run too long tonight. I have been running running long, but this is so much for me to track, you guys, and I love it so much, though I wouldn't trade it for anything. This connection on Friday nights means the world to me. It keeps me going during the week, and especially like a week like this when it's been so hard. And now I'm at Ed's, and he and his wife Bonnie are such lovely people, and I was really looking forward to the connection tonight. And I know that by the time I get ready to travel, which I have to make a trip. But I'm not going to tell y'all about that yet because it's still in the works, and it's a trip I have to make. And of course, it's COVID dependent. If it gets like it did, where they're shutting down borders and like state borders and stuff like that, I won't. But it's a trip I really need to make, and I will be safe, and it'll be a direct trip, and I'll do all the cautions and everything. I'm not going to be socializing and you know, all the group stuff. So don't worry about that. But you know, Ed is working on the RV, and I think she's going to be road ready. So I'm really excited about that. Let's see. Robert says, now if the aliens, because you know there's a joke about Nevada having Area 51 in it and near Pahrump, which is where I am tonight, if the aliens would just let you piggyback a good internet signal. Yeah, it's their fault. They're taking it away from us. So before I go on, let me stop. You guys, look at my jewelry. Oh, wait, I always get mixed up which hand to put on the screen because it's backwards. But y'all see my matching set of jewelry? You know that we lost my family member, Beverly, Cindy's mother, recently. And Cindy sent me some of her beautiful jewelry. And this is oh, I'm going crooked. And this is some of it. And I just love it so much. And what is really ironic, let's see, I don't have this on right. I've got... it's messed up because I don't have it on right, not because the jewelry's messed up. And I'm getting hot messing with it, so I'm going to quit messing with it because I don't want to get hot. Y'all can tell I'm getting hot. So, but what's really ironic, and my cousin Cindy doesn't even know this, is that when I had been visiting with them before, Beverly had given me the earrings. And Cindy sent me the bracelet and the necklace, and I was looking at them, and I'm like, wait, that's the same stones that's in the earrings Beverly had given me last year. And so now I have the complete set, and so y'all will be seeing some pretty jewelry that I get to wear. That would be from Sweet Beverly, and may she continue resting in peace, and that my cousin Cindy sent me. So if you're still on here, Cindy and Mike, thank you so very much. Okay, so for the last viewer question of the night, and you guys, if you have any thing over here, let's see, I saw a question I may want to answer. Let me Arthur Leslie says, I like your live stream. It lets us know you haven't succumbed to the heat. I have to tell you, there are times when I think, David, my trustee, and he's a minister, he put up an article about, you know, looking for the positive instead of focusing on the negative, because it has been so challenging in this heat without having either one of my air conditioners working, that I've been focusing on that. It's like it had all of my attention, and I got focused on that instead of the positive stuff that's been going on. So, but yeah, I'm here, and Robert, I'm sure it did worry you when I didn't show up on time, and I'm so sorry. I promise it was just an internet issue. So the last question of the night, and it's an important one, and I may share it again as an FNL drop, but it depends on how the internet goes tonight. But Linda asked, do they have year restrictions on older RVs for RV parks? And that is such a great question, and thank you for asking. And she asked that after I shared about I bought a vintage RV, now what, and what to expect if you buy an older RV. And so Linda, that's a great question, and I want to address some of that now. And it's called the 10-year rule, and it's called the 10-year rule because it's so commonly known in the industry. And I don't know when it exactly began, but I honestly do understand it. And I lived at an RV park. I've been a full-time RV. I've lived full-time in an RV, a recreational vehicle, for 7 years, and 5 of that was in a camper van and as a full-time nomad. But 2 years prior to that, I lived in an RV, and I lived in an RV park in Dallas for a year. And I also volunteered in the office on Saturdays to help out, and I got free Wi-Fi for that. So I know a lot of that they ask that often, and I'm going to cover why they ask it, and what you can do about it, and also a possible workaround. So the 10-year rule, and I got to be honest with you, it doesn't just apply to older rigs, and that doesn't matter whether it's an RV that is a Class A, a Class B, a Class C, a bumper pull, or a fifth wheel. All 5 of those are I can't get my hand in the picture. All 5 of those are considered RVs, and when they ask you how old your RV is, they are talking about all of those, and they want to know. But they're not only going to possibly restrict that. A lot of RV parks won't even let you do like vans, bus, even a camper van, vans, buses, any DIY models, a Vardo, any of those things. And so be prepared for that when you are making reservations. And there's lots of times, like in this heat that we're talking about, you have to be able to get a reprieve, and you want to go to an RV park where you can, and you just need to know that you need to be prepared for that. Now, it's usually in the upscale RV parks, and by that I don't mean swanky, but I mean the upscale RV parks that actually have employees on site. They usually also have a camp host on site. They also have security, that if the security's not on site, security comes through all the time. And so I don't mean swanky and high priced. By upscale, I mean that they're taking care of business. And so why would they do that? Well, I can tell you firsthand that RV park after RV park, what happens with some, I'm not saying everybody, because I drive a 1984 RV, so this is not me saying anything negative about older rigs, okay? I'm in one, I are one. But what happens a lot of times with these older RVs, and if they allow a van in, or a DIY model, or a bus or something, if they are older and they allow them in and they break down, I got 99% of the time people want to abandon them because they don't have the money to fix them. And so then the RV park ends up, and they do, I mean, they will just, the RV owners will wake up, or managers will wake up one morning and they look out and the people are gone and the rig's there. They have to go through a whole lengthy, long court process to even get it moved out, and then because they can't touch it because it's not theirs, so it's a whole lengthy court process. And then if it's something that the county or whoever's responsible for taking such abandoned vehicles demands a title, they have to try to get a title, and that's a whole nother court issue for them and a lot of expense. And not only that, older rigs, and my mechanic Ed If he was here and could testify to it, he'll tell you they blow a lot of crap unless you get them maintained and fixed. And some of them have oil leaks. Some of them even, there's just stuff that comes out of them if you don't do like what I'm doing right now to get things fixed and maintained and upgraded and improved. And RV parks that are upscale and take care of their business, they don't want that in their parking lots and in their RV sites, because then they also have cleanup issues or it looks bad. So that's the why of it. And so that does not apply, however, it does not apply usually to national parks, state parks, county parks, BLM land, national forest land, wherever you can legally boondock. That usually does not apply. And so one of the things that you can do is, one, you always want to call ahead and ask, and always be honest. Like me, I can tell them this is a 1984 vintage RV that has been completely remodeled, and I'm continuing to do upgrades on it, and I'll get the outside done eventually, because they also, they may not want skanky looking rigs in their RV park. And so you have to keep it maintained, and so be prepared to offer them pictures. That's when I worked in that RV park, and people would call if they were like, well, it's been refurbished, or it's painted, it looks nice, or there's no issues with it. We would ask them when we had an email box where they could send pictures, and so often we would let them in. But so be prepared for that. If you have a refurbished RV, bus, whatever it is, and you think you're going to run into that, be prepared to send them pictures and be compliant with whatever their rules are, and know that it doesn't always apply. You can also go to RV parks that maybe aren't as upscale. The RV park where I'm at, they don't care what age, where my home base is, they don't care what age your RV is, but I'm also 40 miles from the nearest town. They also have, right now, 5 abandoned vehicles in there that they are having to deal with, and they just got one finished up and towed out, so I guess there's really only 4. And so they're going to probably even start tightening down, and we're out in the middle of BFE. So you can call around and find a place that doesn't require that. Just know that it's probably not going to be a park that has the amenities and everything, and that there might be abandoned rigs there, because that's what happens. So is it worth it? Is it worth it, one, to try to find an RV park, or just to go to one and try to send them pictures? I think so, obviously, or I wouldn't have bought this rig, and I wouldn't be redoing her. And if I ever do a 1,000 Trails membership or anything like that, I'm going to have to be prepared to provide pictures and go from there. So I hope that answered what. Let's pop that back up there. I hope that answered Linda's questions of, do they have year restrictions on older RVs for RV parks? They definitely do. It's called the 10-year rule, and it may or may not apply, and I hope that helps you understand why. Now, let me see what some of the questions are over here that I've been missing out on while I was answering that. And I hope that helped. And if you have any other questions, and please let me know if you've run into that in the comments afterwards. You can put them in the comments below. And or if you have any more questions, let me know around that. All right, so did I miss anything? Let me catch up a little bit. I'm reading comments in case anybody's wondering what I'm doing, so that I can see what I've missed out on over here. Let's see. I'm laughing at some of the things people are saying, and because it's true, and I get that. It's kind of frustrating. It's like, well, heck on you if you don't want my old RV or my old rig in your park. Yeah, just spend your money elsewhere and don't mess with them. But I also understand their side of it, because I've seen it and I know what they have to deal with. And Robert says, stuff that comes out of them brings some nasty mental images. And that's true. One of the things that I just got repaired is my gray tank valve. So that if I'm not, if I'm using my water tank, for example, and my water pump, and using my gray tank, and I'm not plugged in or like hooked up, it doesn't drip, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to stay here at my mechanic's. He doesn't want a gray tank spot on his property, and neither do these RV places. So you can't blame them for wanting to make sure that you are bringing in an RV that is maintained and up to date. So, oh, I missed it. There it is. Thank you, Robert. Everybody, that is my great niece, Alicia. Hello, my darling. So glad to see you on here. I'm sending you great love. Love you. It's always such fun when she can join me. And I didn't even get the link out to everybody. So I'm so proud of everybody that is on here tonight, because I didn't even get to send the link out. It's just been a crazy day, but it's so totally worth it. And I think I'm pretty much caught up. I can't see anything that I've missed. If I did miss something, I apologize. I didn't mean to, but I think that's it. And Robert says that he's relieved that those repair guys took care of the gray tank valve, so he didn't have to. Yeah, I figured you'd be glad that that was one repair that I did that you didn't have to, Robert. And I had a bunch of other stuff done. And like I said, be sure and be watching for that video next week that shows what all I've had done. And just know that the rig is getting road ready, and Ed is taking good care of all of that. He's going above and beyond, because the parts and changing out 1984 parts on an engine, it's just no fun. And he is hanging in there and getting her done, as my cousins would say. So Nana's Joy is on here. Nana's Joy, I think you got, oh, I hit the wrong one again. I'm so sorry, you guys. Lori says, hi, Tony, so I'll say hi, Tony, too. But let's see, I was shooting for something, but I lost it. Oh, there it is. So Nana's Joy is on here, and they were at my second annual meetup in Quartzsite, Arizona. So I love that Robert and Alicia are talking. That's awesomeness. All right, everybody, I love you. I'm sorry that we had such a rocky start. I'm glad that it worked out. I appreciate everybody that stayed on here with me. If you have not hit that thumbs up, please do so. It really does help. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I really need you to do that, and share my videos so that you can help my channel grow. It all means a lot and helps me keep giving you more videos and writing more books that we can all enjoy together. So if there's nothing else, I can't pick up Bandito because his, oh wait, you guys hold on, he's wanting to say hi. I'm going to unleash him for just a second. Okay, buddy. He couldn't stand it. He had to come say hi. He's like, Mama, let me off that crazy leash. All right, everybody. I'm so glad you got to see Bandito live and in person. He gets to get off leash pretty soon, I promise. I just don't want him up there in the cab in the engine. Y'all have a good night. Love you, everybody. Keep on keeping on, and we'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.